Hi, this is Ms. Zeman, and today I wanted to talk to you about creating a presentation using the tool Canva. Okay, so first I want to talk to you about presentations in themselves, or in this case, making announcements. What kind of information do we want to share? Well, anything that's quick and relevant, anything that you need to know about that you can project onto your audience in about 1 or 2 seconds. So that includes something like a schedule change, any sports updates, reminders of a game, what have you. Anything that you need to know what's going on today or this week. But here's an example of an announcement that I made a while ago. As you can see, it just has what it is, who it is, when it is, where it is, and an eye-catching image. There's another announcement that I made that was a photograph that I took after a soccer game of our girls' soccer team. I like this picture because it has the most of the players all kind of huddled up, but I also like that half of it is of the sky, and that allows you to lay text over it, and you're able to see it. Often when we lay text over photographs, it can get lost in the picture. But because half of this is blue sky, that allows for a big portion of my image to lay text over. Here's another design. The t-shirt design competition, that's what it is. That's the who, and that's the when. Okay, so what should your announcements look like? They need to have large text, and they should have contrasting colors. Okay, I need to be able to read it without it looking too busy. So here's an example of a poor presentation. Pink is rarely a good color to use in a font, and it certainly doesn't work when it's on that yellow background. Okay, what information should you have on your announcement? Just what you need your audience to know, okay? The who, the what, the where, and maybe the why, and maybe the how, but only if it's relevant to what you're announcing. So if your football team has a game on Friday, I need to know who they're playing. First of all, what sport it is. It's often people forget about that. Who they're playing, when they're playing, where are they playing? Okay, and then you might throw something in like a ticket price or some other necessary information, but that's all you need to know. This is an example of a slide that it's just too busy. It's certainly too busy for an announcement, but I would venture to say that it's too busy for any type of presentation. You don't want your viewers reading a bunch of text as you're trying to present. Okay, another tip I have is to stick with the theme. So I'm going to stick with the football thing. If I've got a football game, I'm probably not going to make it look... for instance, I'm not going to use curly text that's pink. I'm probably not going to show clip art pictures of hearts, right? I want it to stick to the theme of football, so I'm probably going to use big blocky text, heavy fonts, and images and design that fits with football. Probably it's maybe something on a grid. Okay, this is obviously a really bad example, or a good example of a bad slide. There are way too many things happening here. There are at least 7 different fonts of different sizes. I think a good rule of thumb when you're creating an announcement is to stick to 2 fonts, maybe 3, but definitely not more. It's just not visually appealing. Okay, and then this is for my students, but another, especially for your school, kids like to see pictures of themselves. So if you have pictures that you can use of the kids that your audience, that's a really great time to use that. Okay. Okay, so we're ready now to create our announcement. So I'm going to go to canva.com, just like Canvas without the S. And it's going to immediately sign me in because I already have an account. You may need to, get rid of that, create an account, and you can do that using your Google credentials. So go ahead and create an account, push stop or pause the video, and then come back to me. Okay, so after you've created an account, it's going to ask you what kind of design you want to make. Now, I've found that if you are making an announcement that will go on a television, the best layout is a presentation. It just fits the dimensions of a TV. So I click on presentation. And it's going to open up for me a blank canvas on the right side of my screen. And on the left side of my screen are a bunch of templates for me to choose from. So you can see they've kind of narrowed them down into categories. I like the educational presentations. So I'm going to go ahead and select that one. And that, again, is an entire slideshow of for a presentation. And we only need one slide for an announcement. So I might take the one that I like. And it's just a really easy drop and drag, or drag and drop, rather, design. And then from there, you can click on each element and change it to what you want. So you can change the text. Might say something like that. Welcome to the library. And maybe I don't want to have her on there, so I take her out. And instead I can find another image to replace that with. So I can look in, I have a lot of tools to choose from over here on my left side. I could go to photos. And I could choose from any of these. Now you'll notice that when I hover over a few of them, they say Pro on the bottom. That means you do have to pay for those photos, but there are a number of photos that are free. But remember, we talked about sticking with the theme, and right now we kind of have a cartoony theme happening on this slide, so I don't know that I really want to use a photograph on it. I'd rather probably use something that you find in Elements that kind of fit with that cartoony theme. And I might just do a search for books, see what comes up. Let's say I want to use this. So again, I click it, I drag it, and I drop it. And then I just kind of play with it. All right, let's say that is all I want. There are lots of things that you can do to play with. You can add text. Look, they already have like really neat fonts to choose from. They do have the music and video options. Of course, that doesn't really translate to an announcement, but you know, lots of things that you can play with. So I'm ready to go. I'm going to now download it to my computer. The default file is a PDF. I found that if I am projecting onto a television, it works best as a JPEG. So I just clicked on this menu and I'm going to select JPEG, and then I select download, and now it's on my computer and I can do what I want with it. All right, I hope that was helpful. Let me know what you think in the discussion or emails.